Blog Talk Radio.
Well, everybody, this is Stephen McCarthy from the McCarthy Project, and we are coming to you semi-live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a 9:30 in the evening on the 16th, and it's a little bit chilly outside, but I thought I would talk to you a little bit about a subject that I think is real key in today's world of youth athletics and young people. Even to a certain extent in parents as well. And the subject is, should our young people or our athletes be perfect? And in sports, should we endeavor to be perfect? Or should we be efficient and do something that we love and find a way to come through in those circumstances when it may or may not be perfect? Or you may not do the particular shot exactly as you hoped, or you do make a major mistake in the midst of the game, and what do you do or how do you respond to that? So, like I say, today I'm going to just do a little quick intro. I got a really cool interview following with Tom Black from LMU. He's the head volleyball coach. He took his team to the Sweet 16 this year. And he has a very interesting position. He's got a really cool model as far as are you a growth person looking to move ahead and become better, or are you more fixed in your beliefs and have a little bit more difficulty adapting to mistakes? And so that will be coming up in the second part of our show today in about 10 minutes. And so he's got some really cool points. We did the interview earlier today, so it is taped. So from that respect, I'd like to kind of throw out some ideas to you on how I kind of view this, because more and more it seems in today's world, young people are really attempting to be perfect. And I think it's just an interesting question, because when you ask a young person, what is your definition of perfect? It's a very hard definition to come up with, because who is perfect and who are we grading the perfect against? And I think a lot of times people get into this school mentality or the educational system where we're always attempting to become perfect on the test, and therefore we are awarded a good grade. And the good grade tells us that we're smart. And I think sometimes young people bring that to athletics. And I put something together on our webpage. If you run over there, the headline is "To Be Perfect or Efficient, a Perspective Within Elite Performance." And I'm going to read to you one of the lines that I wrote up there. Is in my recent history, I have noticed a trend that athletes feel that they are perfect. That if they are perfect, do every action more perfect than somebody else, that they will become an elite athlete. Or said a different way, the more perfect I am, the better I am better than you. And one of the things I think that people are missing is the real answer is, can you perform a coordinated action that produces the results needed exactly at the time that you are producing those actions? And one of the things that to me is efficiency. And can you produce the results under pressure in the time when you need to, And it may not exactly be perfect. Your elbow might not be in the exact same spot. You may slightly be off balance. But can you compensate and can you overcome and actually produce the results that you desire? And that is the essence of being efficient. That is the concept of an elite player, is somebody that can come through under pressure. Everybody can play when you might be a little bit better. And one of the other interesting concepts that Tom brings up in the next part is that what are you going to do when you meet your match, when you find that person that is equal to you? He uses the interesting position because he's actually one of the coaches for the Team USA, or assistant coaches. And he talks about when a 4-time Olympian, a 4-time national champion shows up to the gym, and then another person has done the same. And one person only lasts 2 weeks and the other person stays for 2 years. What is the difference? And I would actually argue that more than likely it's what are the thoughts that are running through their mind, because it's not that they can or can't, it's can they produce the results when they need to. And then when they get under pressure, are they actually able to produce the results, or do they break because they can't be perfect, or this didn't go exactly as planned, or this has always been easy for me, why can't I do it now? Or if I just do this and put my elbow exactly right here, it will work. And I just am unfortunately not a believer. I have seen too many athletes that really burn themselves out attempting to create this magical thing in their mind, whatever they call it, is to be perfect. And so another interesting quote, and then I'll kind of put a little more commentary behind it, is by Michael Johnson. And it's an interesting thing. He wrote a book, which I think is probably one of the most fascinating books, because I've read a few in my day, positive thinking, goal-oriented books. And very few of them really have the simplicity of how can you create something, how do you become more efficient, how do you really attain this thing called elite performance. And one of the things I'm going to read to you is a quote that's in the book. It says, I want you to work the way I have, to arrive at a place where you are running your own particular races at 95, 96, 97% efficiency. Notice the word efficiency there, not perfection. And every once in a while, as with me in Atlanta, which he was the 1996 two-time gold medal champion in track and field, you might come within a whisper of your very limits of your ability, within sight of perfection. And one of the things that they always say about his particular book is that he's a perfectionist. And I would actually argue that it's not true. He's saying that you could come within sight of perfection. I don't think that he believes that you'll ever be perfect. But you can come to the very limits of your ability when you're most efficient, and you can bump up a little higher. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and air the interview I had with Coach Black at LMU, just talking about this idea of perfection or efficiency or growth versus fixed. So after the break, we'll be back and talk more.
They thought they was gonna kill me with all that hate. Let them horns blow, baby. You can hate me all you want to, cuz it's only gonna make me stronger. You can't stop this, dog. You can't stop this. God's plan. And I'm ready. I'm free now. I got my mind right. Yeah. And I got my war clothes on, boy. I'm ready. And I'm ready for war. They put a hit out on your boy and they left me for dead. Blood in my eyes, thorns on my head. Only thing that I can hear is what my Savior said. While I'm in my own blood and I can't feel my legs, but I'ma live, I will not die. Got up off the ground and I wiped that blood up out my eyes. Got my mind right, got my grind right, stood up, now it's time to rise. Been resurrected, I am alive. Blood drip, headed for war, fire in my eyes. ready for war, no turning back. I got my dogs with me, 300 of us. Young Leonidas, take on the whole city. We don't retreat, we do not quit. We are not the same to live and die for the truth. Let's be plain, this is why I came. And if I were you, then dog, I'd probably hate me too. But this power that I come in is too big for you. To stop, so stop it, boy, before you go too far. My mind right, the time right, boy, and I'm ready for war. Head to the sky, my war goes on, and I'm gon' ride till they call me home. If I should die before too long, put me on my shield and carry me home. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I told them, boy, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I told them, boy, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I told them, boy, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Alrighty, we're back, and just wanted to, again, lay out a couple more thoughts before we go over to my interview with Coach Black. One of the things I think that young people need to really dig into is laying down this concept of perfection, that whatever their definition is, that if they attain it, that they will be elite. And one of the things I found is that that is a very stressful, very disheartening. Young athletes burn out because they just really can never seem to attain it. Nothing seems to ever meet that expectation. And so I'd like to just challenge athletes to put down that idea of perfection, to live the dream, to enjoy the love of the game, to play for the right reasons, and to enjoy the journey, to enjoy the ups and downs, to enjoy the solitude of working by yourself, and to really just love the game that you all want to play. And so secondarily, I'd like to put out that my hope in this show is to simply be a starting point for your journey, to challenge the status quo, to give you ideas to think about and how to attain this thing called elite performance. It is not a simple process, but it is worthwhile pursuing. And I use the word pursuing rather than gaining a certain understanding that you're good at everything that you do and you never make a mistake and life always works out the way you want it and the way you planned. I actually believe that that's false. And so as you move through this time, just realize that we're attempting to just plant seeds to be something that could be a bigger tree down the road if you take the time to really kind of meditate and think about what we're talking about related to perfection or efficiency. So with that being said, we're going to move over to my interview with Coach Black. And again, if you would like to get a hold of us, you can get a hold of us at themccarthyproject.com. That's all spelled out. And here's my interview with Coach Black.
They thought they was gonna kill me with all that hate. Let them horns blow, baby. You can hate me all you want to, cuz it's only gonna make me stronger. You can't stop this, dog. You can't stop this. God's plan. And I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm free now. I'm ready. I got my mind right. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. And I got my war clothes on, boy. I'm ready. I'm ready. And I'm ready for war. They put a hit out on your boy and they left me for dead. Blood in my eyes, thorns on my head. Only thing that I can hear is what my Savior said. While I'm in my own blood and I can't feel my legs, but I'ma live, I will not die. Got up off the ground and I wiped that blood up out my eyes. Got my mind right, got my grind right, stood up, now it's time to rise. Been resurrected, I am alive. Blood drip, headed for war, fire in my eyes. Ready for war, no turning back. I got my dogs with me, 300 of us. Young Leonidas, take on the whole city. We don't retreat, we do not quit. We are not the same to live and die for the truth. Let's be plain, this is why I came. And if I were you, then dog, I'd probably hate me too. But this power that I come in is too big for you. To stop, so stop it, boy, before you go too far. My mind right, the time right, boy, and I'm ready for war.